about how you can build a chatbot under 1 hour. Chances are that you're watching a replay of this webinar, so stay tuned for it because we have a ton of value coming up for you guys. So let's wait for people to join in. We are also joined by a very special guest who will be joining with us in just a moment. Until then, we are waiting for people to join in because what's a webinar without all you lovely guys, right? All you lovely community who are asking us a lot of questions, who are coming forward and building, upskilling themselves by attending these webinars and also building their business, building and growing their business. That's right. So let's wait for people to join in. We are 1 minute here, and I can already see some people that are coming in over there. So hi, where are you guys joining in from? Tell us in the chat box down below. We see all your comments that are coming in, and we see all your comments that are being displayed right here. So if you're joining in from wherever that you are joining in, tell us in the comments down below. I'm joining in from India. Where are you guys joining in from? So let's wait for more people to come in. And in the meantime, I'm going to play the video of Jikoo, and then we're going to start this webinar.
If you combine a chatbot, live chat, and a CRM in one tool. Keep watching. What's going on, guys? This is Val from PitchGround. The use of chatbots is obvious. They work 24/7, they reply to your customer immediately, they can handle multiple customers at the same time, they can be deployed everywhere, they can help you to automate many processes, and they don't require a salary, social contributions, or sick leave. And there's a lot of chatbots out there, and some of them are really good, but still, there are only a few that give you something more than just help desk automation. That's why we're proud to present you Jikoo, a Swiss Army knife among chat software. Basically, Jikoo is an all-in-one chat solution. It has a live chat and no-code chatbot builder, which helps businesses talk to customers in real time. You can create no-code chatbots in seconds and automate nearly 80% of your conversations in real time. Built-in CRM acts as a customer data platform, and you can view all the customer data and chats all in one place. You can add unique tag to each conversation, so you'll be able to find and filter them in future. Now all your conversations are in one place, your customers will not wait until you get back online, there are no unreplied messages and no one is left behind. It's a user-friendly, super simple and easy-to-use software so that even a child could handle it. So check out that amazing lifetime deal on pitchground.com.
That's right, that's right. So that was Val talking about Jikoo, and we can already see some amazing people that are coming in here. Chernine joining in from Houston, Texas, have made several purchases. I love PitchGround. Awesome, Chernine, we love you as well. And Jikoo is our next purchases. That's right, that's right. Awesome, awesome. So, but before that, I want you to go through this webinar, and we have a very special guest here who is the founder of Jikoo, Santosh. I would like to welcome him. Hi, Santosh. How are you doing?
Hi, Menak. I'm doing great.
Perfect, perfect. So, Santosh, what have we got for the users today in today's webinar? We say that we are building a chatbot under 1 hour. Everyone talks about how useful chatbots are, but it's always confusing, right? If you're building chatbot for the very first time.
Correct. So today's topic is actually a very interesting topic, right? It's pretty straightforward. How do you build a chatbot in under 1 hour, right? So one of the major difference in this particular session is we are going to go into the root of what should be considered while building a chatbot, right? As well as the practical stuff of it, right? How do you just take these core concepts and build a chatbot immediately, right? So those are the two things which we are going to focus. So the first 10-15 minutes will be focusing on like what is the exact use case of a chatbot on your site, what are the critical things to be decided before building a chatbot, right? The core fundamentals of why a company should have a chatbot. So then we'll dive into the practical stuff where like we'll take you into Jikoo, show you how to build a chatbot in under 15-20 minutes. So that's going to be the exact thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's great. So why don't you share your screen? There would be a share a screen button beside the video icon down there. And before we go on, guys, I would like to tell you that during any point of time, if you have any question, please leave it in the chat down below. We see all the chat, we are monitoring, and we will have a Q&A session in the end where we're going to answer every single question that you guys have got. So since Sharneen is already here and has asked us already a question, she says, I have 5 websites and I need a Jikoo on all of them. Does this mean I have to pay 49 each for Jikoo for each website, or Jikoo can work on multiple websites for 49 bucks? So would you like to answer this, Santosh?
Exciting questions to start off with. So Shannon, basically in Jikoo, it is dependent on the number of websites, right? So how all these plans are designed is all these plans are designed for individual workspaces or individual companies to use basically, right? So if all these 5 websites are coming under one company, so then you can choose the plan which has 5 websites, right? And all the chatbots and all the queries will come into one workspace, right? So that's the main difference between the multiple plans. So it depends purely on the number of websites. So if you are someone who has like 5 websites, and in case you want to add it in multiple subdomains, so Jikoo has unlimited subdomains, right? So that's one of the USPs here. So in case you want to add a bot on your pricing page, you want to add a bot on your help page, and you want to add a bot on your about us page, so multiple bots can be added. So even in case you want to add a bot on your careers page also, you can add multiple bots. So there are basically no restrictions, so it's purely unlimited bots per website.
So Sharneen, if you have 5 different websites, we suggest you going for a higher plan. But before that, I can see that you have shared your screen, Santosh. Over to
Yeah.
you. Please go ahead, and the stage is all yours.
Okay. Perfect. Cool then. So the main topic here is how do you build a chatbot in under 60 minutes, right? So when it comes to in terms of building a chatbot, so still many marketers think chatbot is a nightmare, right? So one of the major problems with building a chatbot is basically the knowledge of how a chatbot works. Why do we really need a chatbot? Is it really needed to my organization? So these are the common queries which comes in terms of building a chatbot, right? So first in this session, we are going to handle these queries and really understand whether your business needs a chatbot first of all. Then slowly we'll move on to the practical aspects of building a chatbot in under few minutes, right? So that's how the session is going to go, right? So before we started Jikoo, we really wanted to do proper validation on why a particular business needs a chatbot, right? So there are like new businesses coming up, especially during COVID. What happened is a lot of people, since they were working from home, there was enormous spike in e-commerce orders. There was enormous spike in food deliveries. There was enormous spike in basically people sitting and ordering from home, right? So one of the major problems businesses faced during this COVID crisis is the ability to answer to these questions. So last month, specifically during August, we researched and we bought in close to 1,000 companies, right? And we calculated their customer frustration levels. So these companies were a wide variety of companies using email, telephone, online chat. Some companies using just Facebook for their entire customer support, right? So on average, companies which use email or telephone experience 60% customer frustration levels, right? So because on average an agent is occupied, so on average an agent replies close to like 20 to 30 tickets every single day, right? So the rate at which an agent can respond through email, or the rate at which the agent attends a call and talks to you on phone, is very difficult nowadays, right? So basically the time to reach an agent is very high. So this is one of the main factors of customer frustration, especially in the post-COVID era, right? So when we were actually doing a research, we were actually very surprised to see that the frustration level were very low with chatbots. The only one reason being there is immediate response to the customer queries, right? So it could be a customer, or it could be an agent responding, or it could be a bot which is currently responding to these queries. So since there is enormous speed in the conversations which is being handled, so the level of customer frustration completely goes down, right? So this is the only major reason why you should have a chatbot on your site, right? And while observing and going deep into problems faced by customers, right? So what are the common queries asked by customer who is visiting a website? And again, this data set includes B2B companies as well as B2C companies, right? So if you're among the both, you should listen to the first point. So the first point is customers say the website is difficult and it is almost impossible for them to handle it. So 34% of consumers have this problem, right? So now let's say you are an e-commerce company, right? So you might actually go there and you might actually be selling a shoe, right? So for the customer to navigate to the shoe page and click on the pay icon and then pay, it could be really difficult, right? So there are certain websites where just adding to the cart and finding the cart is difficult. So these are the common things where customers come and immediately they want a response, right? So if you make a customer wait just for these simple questions, right? So the customer is definitely going to go away. So that is the second point, right? So they want answers to simple questions at a very fast pace, right? So the third one is basically people want to know about your business. They want to know about your working hours. They want to know your phone number, or they might want your email address to quickly respond and continue a conversation. So since people are not able to get these three things commonly answered, that is where the major frustration comes in, right? So it is not because okay, this feature is not there, or it is not because of your pricing is high. These are the three main questions. So then when once we started doing more research on this, so we thought chatbots is the only solution to solve this with an instance, right? So that's one of the reasons why we started Jikoo in the core instance, right? So, and one more thing which we noticed is on average the conversion rate, especially for websites, is in the 1% range, which means 100 people, if they hit your site, you're going to only get one customer from it, right? So you're going to spend so much money on Google ads, Facebook ads, drive traffic to your website, and if these 99 people, they are, the main reasons now why they are frustrated, right? So it's mainly because of the general information which they are not able to get from your website. So, and if you are able to just convert 1% of people after spending so much money as a business, it is very difficult to process it, right? So that's why you should add a chatbot to your website so that this conversion can be increased, right? So that is why in this very specific webinar, we are going to more focus on how chatbots can help you generate more qualified leads, right? And also, how do you convert your website traffic more so that more conversions happen, right? So when somebody comes to your site, like the normal person will just scan your website on average of 2 to 3 minutes, and then he's going to jump off to another website. So within this 2 to 3 minute spam, how do you make use of a chatbot, right? And how do you make sure that there is proper leads which are qualified, right? So throughout this, we'll be showing an example of a lead generation or a lead qualification chatbot, right? And how this particular bot is going to help you streamline the lead generation process. So whenever you're actually designing a chatbot, there are three questions which you have to keep in mind, right? So there are chatbots for multiple use cases. So are you going to automate customer support? Are you going to automate lead generation, right? So is it this particular bot is going to be a FAQ bot, or this particular bot can be in your uh, appointment scheduling page? So it is basically for appointment scheduling, or it could be even an HR bot to make people apply to available roles and share their resume, right? So the first thing is you need to be very clear, right, on what the particular chatbot is going to do for your business. So second thing is what kind of chatbot is this, right? So is it going to collect data from this, or the chatbot is going to give you some information to the customer? So this has to be decided. So third one is which type of chatbot should you choose, right? So in terms of the chatbots, there are many kinds of chatbots, right? So whether you want to put this chatbot as a widget on your landing page, or this chatbot should be created as a separate page, so these kind of decisions has to be taken. So these are very three simple queries which you have to answer, because before creating a chatbot, if you have answered these three questions, it becomes almost simple to create a chatbot, right? So I'm going to answer these 3 questions for our webinar at the moment, right? So the first part is we are going to create a lead generation bot for the website. So this chatbot is basically designed for my visitors to get more information about the business. So the third one is the type of chatbot is going to be a website chatbot. So I'm just going to put a widget on my website, and so this is going to help me convert my leads. So this is the basic part on why we need a chatbot and what kind of chatbot we are going to build today, right? So now we'll be more focusing into the product, and we'll be showing you how to create a chatbot. So the product we are going to use today to build this particular chatbot is, of course, Jikoo. So Jikoo is actually a conversational ticketing system with a no-code chatbot provider built in, right? So in terms of customer queries, handling a ticket-based approach is very important for businesses, right? So there could be someone who could come inside for sales. There could be some people who come into your product for support. So understanding what kind of queries customers are coming in for and navigating the queries to the right team and creating a mechanism where these tickets can be automated and your processes can be streamlined is very important, right? So that is where Jikoo comes into play, right? So like one of the core reasons why Jikoo is built as a ticketing system is, so there is like huge ticketing systems, right? So in bigger organizations, the only way to streamline processes is having a proper ticketing system, right? So with the live chat, there isn't any other system which provides a ticketing entity, right, to these chats. So that's one of the reasons why every individual chat which is created inside Jikoo is going to be a ticket, right? So now let's get into the flow builder, and we can see how to create a chatbot, right? So the first step in Jikoo when you want to create a chatbot is to create a channel. So channel are basically containers for your website, right? So now this is the chat page in which we are going to add a chatbot today, right? So this is a sample test page which we have created, sample pitch ground page. So this is the page in which today we are going to add a chatbot to, right? So the first step is you need to add as a channel. Channel are basically containers, right? So let's say, for example, you have a website called company.com, right? So in case you want to add a chatbot to company.com/pricing, so you need to add a channel specifically for it, right? So similarly, in case you want to add help.pitchground.com and you want to add a chatbot there, so similarly, you need to add a different channel for it as well. So that is how these channels work. So now I'm just going to paste the URL link here. And you can also basically choose from which working hours this particular channel should work, right? So it could be from 9 to 6, or it could be based upon your time zone, it could be different. So basically you can choose this. So I'm just setting the timings currently to 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So these are the timings based on which my chatbot will work, right? So in Jikoo, there is basically an offline detection mechanism. So if your business is offline, so the bots will automatically trigger an offline message, but still tickets will be created in the dashboard. So when your agents become online, they can go ahead and then chat with your people. So that is how the mechanism is designed. Right. So now I've created the channel. So the channel is ready at the moment, right? So now what I have to do, one more step, is I need to make sure that the website is registered, right? So now what I'm doing is I'm just going to the company page and then registering the website. Perfect. So the website is registered now. So now let's get into the bot and see how bots can be built and specifically how they can be taken live, right? So in Jikoo, you can either use a template or you can also create the bot from a bank flow as well. So since this is going to be a from the scratch session, I'm going to take a blank flow and then I'm going to show you how to create a bot from scratch. So again, I'm just going to name the flow as PG webinar. Now here is the option for channels, right? So that is why we created a channel initially before creating the flow. So basically you can create one single chatbot and push it across multiple websites, right? Or you can also create individual channels and you can assign one particular flow to one single channel. So that is the reason why we created the channels initially. So now we have the PitchGround webinar channel. So this particular link will be activated along with the chatbot. So I'm just enabling this. So the first thing which comes into a chatbot designing is the welcome message, right? So that is the more attractive message when it comes to a chatbot. So this welcome message should be very simple and also attractive at the same time, right? So in Jikoo, we have something called as eye catchers. So eye catchers are basically rules. Let's say, for example, somebody comes and visits your website for 10 seconds. So then this welcome message can be thrown as an eye catcher. So an eye catcher could be, for example, somebody is shopping your Adidas red shoe for 10 seconds. So you can inform them, hey, seems like you're looking into an Adidas red shoe. Here's a 10% discount. You can copy the code and you can use it. In case you have any queries, you can chat with our team. Right? So these are eye catchers which can be used in Jikoo. So the welcome message is very important when you're designing a bot. For this entire bot, I'm gonna take an example of a simple company where this is an agency which is gonna design no-code products, right? So it's a no-code development agency. So I'm just entering a welcome message saying, "Welcome to No Code Labs. We are here if you need any finding, implementing, or building internal tools." Right. So next, I'm gonna just add a quick message to them. So if you want messages in different lines, you can add it as different text messages. So that's how easy it is, right? So now if you just quickly preview, these two lines will be coming, right? So now what I'm going to do is, so this is going to be a lead generation bot. But in case if somebody comes in for support, I'm just going to collect their information. I'm going to do a callback, right? And one of the main things when you're building a bot is to engage people at the end of the day, right? So not everybody who interacts with your bot is going to come and give you all the information about them, like email and phone number. So you also have to make sure that you engage with these users at the end of the day. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 3 buttons. So what these 3 buttons are basically going to do is, the first button is going to help me book a consulting call. So basically this is the core lead generation factor here. So the second button is going to help me reach out to customers who are looking for support. So on the third one is for helping people who are just surfing, right? So the core part is you have to help people who are just surfing your website. So that is where the core conversion is going to happen at the end of the day, right? So it is not only about people who come and give the data. So the use of these bots at the end of the day is to make sure you provide valuable information about your company so that people who are just surfing your website also comes and gives you the information so that the lead optimization can be done, right? So now I have 3 buttons. I'm asking people whether you're going to do a consulting call or you need support or you're just surfing, right? So next, what you can do is you can display specific elements, right? Now people, if they're saying they are looking for a consulting call, you can list the services which you're providing, right? So now let's say consulting companies, they do implementations, they do development. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add few more buttons here, and I'm going to collect in-depth data about this customer. So here what I'm doing is I'm basically qualifying the leads. So if I feel the particular lead is a junk lead, I can completely ignore them, right? So please choose a service you're interested. I'm just giving a button here. So again, the service could be any kind of service, right? So it could be development, could be implementation, or it could be even just a normal call. So let's say training. Right, so I've created 3 buttons under the core button. So we'll be going through the individual trees one by one, right? So again, you have to make sure that you complete individual trees one by one so that the entire bot flow is complete. Now, if people are saying development, implementation, so I'm going to collect their information. So for trainings, I'm going to redirect them to my training page. So one of the core values here in Jikoo is, so you can basically push the data which you're collecting from the chatbots to the CRM directly. So this is one of the core values which we provide inside Jikoo, right? So since the CRM is already built in, it gives you enough flexibility to store the information. So I'm just going to collect the information. So I'm going to collect the text first. So the text is the person's name, Ishayo name. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this data to the CRM, right? So the only difference is if you're collecting the data, it will be stored in the ticket. But in case you want this data to be stored into the CRM, you have to save the data. So there are 2 options. You can either save it to the CRM or you can just save it in the chat. So I'm pushing this data to the CRM at the moment, right? So next, I want to collect the phone number of this particular person, or I can also collect the email address. So next, I'm going to collect this interest details again. Right, so now I've collected the name and the phone number. So now it's time to save this. Right, so that's pretty much it. So once the data is saved, so what I'll do is I'll say, so please wait while the ticket is being assigned to an agent. So this will happen automatically during a business of online hour. So finally, we'll come back to the business and offline hours as well, right? So we'll come back to that in a minute. So now, okay, we have done the implementation now, right? So now let's say, for example, so there is a different set of implementation customers who are coming in, but so there are certain categories of customers who are coming in, right? So now basically what we can do is we can ask these customer what kind of service they are coming in for, right? So implementation could be for a CRM, it could be for a chat tool like Jikoo, right? So it could be for some other like no code tools as well. So we are going to ask them what this particular implementation is actually for. So and you can actually save this data as a tag. So that is what I'm going to show you now, right? So I'm going to add 2 buttons basically. I'm saying choose an implementation type, right? So let's see what tags we have first. So we have an option called store data as a tag, right? So tags are basically stickers which you place on top of customers to identify them. So this is a part of the CRM which is built into Jikoo, right? So one of the major difference with this particular tags is you can not only store text, right? So you can store text, numbers, files, attachments, URL, location. So you can basically store any kind of information inside the tags. So let's say you're a food delivery company, you want to store the customer's location, you can do it, right? So let's say you are running an agency and you want to add a quotation, or you want to add a PO which is sent to the customer as a file inside the chat, you can do it. So that is the main difference. So basically you can, let's say a customer is sending you payment screenshot, so you can collect it as an image and send it to the tags, so that it will be saved to the contact immediately. So you can go to the contact and see this particular image. So that is the advantage, right? So I'm going to just select any one of these tags here. Okay. So let's say, for example, country, right? So I'm going to ask this particular customer's country. So I'm adding two countries here, India and US. So what I can do is, if the customer is selecting the country as India, I can immediately assign the tag as India. So this will be automatically assigned to the ticket, right? So when a customer or an agent goes and sees this particular ticket, so he knows the entire history of the customer. So your implementation, initial lead qualification can be done, as well as you can assign it to the right agent as well. So I'll show you how this can be done. So here again, I'm choosing the country, and I'm choosing the country as US, right? So in Jikoo, we have ticket auto assignment, right? So one of the use cases of this is, let's say you have a team distributed across the globe, right? So some operations are from India and some operations are happening from US, right? So and you want the country tickets in US to go to the agents who are working in US, and you want the country request in India to go to the person from India. And you can also define the roles. It could be a support person, or it could be a sales person, or it could be a marketing team as well. So we have this option called as assign ticket, right? So what you can basically do is you can choose how the ticket should be assigned. So now what I'm doing is I'm selecting tag based ticket assignment. So there are also round robin based ticket assignment, skill based ticket assignment, or even user based ticket assignment also is available. So here what I'm doing is I'm selecting the tag based assignment. So now I'm saying, so to whichever agent who has a tag called India, so you please assign the ticket to that particular agent, right? So now what I'm doing is I'm selecting the country. Again, I'm selecting the country as India. So I can choose whether, so let's say there are 10 people who are working in India. I can do a round robin, or I can also assign the ticket to the person based on the workload, right? So now I'm just assigning it on workload. So what this will do is, if there are 10 people from India who are working, it will assign to the person who has the least workload, right? And you can also define a waiting message and an offline message. So waiting message is basically the customer is filling all the details and you are waiting for him or the agent to respond. An offline message is based on the company timings. Let's say your business is only working from 9 to 6, right? So you can choose an offline message. The bot will automatically inform the customer that, okay, this is an offline message, so please wait for some time. So this is the overall flow. Now, for example, in this assign tag, what I'm doing is I'm just going to give a normal message. So I'm not assigning to this particular people from US. So I'm just saying, okay, thank you here. Right. Now we have covered two parts, right? So people who are coming in for implementation and people who are coming in for development, right? So now I can also train people who are coming in for trainings. So what I can do is I can just redirect them to any one of my training URLs, right? So what I can do is I can just simply add a URL button and redirect them. So it's that simple. So let me show you that as well. So I need to select a URL button here. So it will ask me for the URL as well, right? So let me copy a quick URL. So this is my calendar URL. I'm just pasting it here. So I'm saying it is a training. Once I hit enter, the U button is created, but this time it is a URL button. So instead of collecting the data, I want to move this person to a webinar. So he can just go to the webinar and register for the webinar. Right. So now we have completed only one part, which is a consulting call. Right. So the core aspect of what we are doing here is we need to go into in depth of all the customer needs and make sure the bot is able to answer all the questions. Right. So now when a customer comes for a consulting call, he will be able to do all the list of things he wants. Right. Now let's say he is coming for a consulting call and he is looking for an implementation. He can choose the country as US and the bot will work as proceeded. Or let's say if he's selecting his development, it will ask for the name. So you can put in the name and mobile number, and the ticket will be automatically assigned to someone from the team. So this is the initial call. Now for the support query also, you can do the same thing. You can collect the name, email, and phone number. But the only difference is you can ask a time for them on when the support has to be done, right? So some people prefer you call them on a particular time, and some people prefer, okay, I want to be contacted immediately. So based on the customer's requirement, you can schedule the need for support. So next, what we are going to show is we are going to see how to engage these people in a better way, right? So nothing like engaging people with a small joke, right? So so since this is bot we are talking with, so what we can do is we can simply add a simple bot joke. So let me add a quick bot joke here. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a question here. Let's do it with the button. So I'm going to ask a person who is coming to my site, how do robots eat salsa, right? So now I'm going to ask this person whether he knows the information or not, yes or no. Based on the person's response, what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a response and then engage with them, right? So if the person is choosing yes, we are going to ask him the details. Can you please tell us the answer? Right? So if the person is saying no, what we can do is we can give them the answer directly. So this is how the content should be engaging to these people, right? So that is one of the reasons why people will engage with the bot. But if you're just simply asking them email, phone number, and so then people will not stick with your bot, right? So now I'm saying with microchips. Right? This is a simple flow. Now when we are going and saying just surfing, you can say how do robots eat salsa. Now when people are saying no, you say haha with microchips. So this is how the engaging factor will come into play. Now you've made sure that the engagement is happening. So now you can actually again go back to these people and say, hey, do you want to know more about what kind of services we provide, right? So what you can do is you can add another text here. So now you need to ask, do you want to know more about our services, right? So you can also promote a webinar here as well. Now, if people are saying yes here, so you can immediately publish your webinar and push it as well. So again, I'm just going to take my Calendly link and add it to a button here. So if people are saying yes, I'm going to just simply redirect them into my Calendly link. Right? And if people are saying no, it is fine. So I will just do another sequence and interact with them. Right. So that is the whole idea of this interaction module, right? So now I'm just previewing this. I'm saying I'm just surfing. I'm saying no, I got the answer. Now I'm again saying, do you want to know more about our services? Right. So if I'm saying yes, it is going to take me to my Calendly link. I can book a webinar there and I can engage the customer there. So when creating a bot, it is more around engaging with the customer at the end of the day. Again, so one thing we need to always make sure is it is just not about collecting the name, email, and phone number. right? So there is more to it in terms of lead generation with the chatbot. So I think that's pretty much it in terms of the bot creation, right? So now let's see how quick and easy it is to take it live, and we'll quickly do it. So all you have to do is just click on this activate button and your bot will be activated immediately, right? So there is completely auto save option in Jikoo, so you don't have to every time go and save the bot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the channel and get the code for this particular channel. So that again is very simple. So I go to the Pitch Crown webinar channel and I copied the code. So now we have to just go and push this code into your website. So for this, I'm using one of our no-code builders. So I'm just going to the website settings and I'm going to paste the customer HTML code over here. So that's pretty much it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this URL and I'm going to test the chatbot now. So as you can see, immediately the bot is implemented. So it is saying welcome to no code labs and it is giving us all the options. So this is one of the power with Jikoo. So you can quickly create a bot and take it live. So let's say you're doing a new marketing campaign. You can quickly create a bot and take it live. Let's say you are creating a new pricing page. You feel people might be confused with the pricing, or you're an agency, you're introducing a new product, you're trying to implement new solutions, so people can just come and learn the information quickly. Now again, I'm going to say I'm here for a consulting call. So the moment people say they are here for a consulting call, a ticket is going to be created immediately. I'll just go back to the product and show it in a few seconds. So now I'm saying I'm here for implementation, right? So now it is saying please choose a country. I'm deciding the country as India. So now what this query is, it is saying people are offline because there is an offline configuration which we have done. It is past 6 p.m. in the evening, right? So I'm just going to quickly go back to development now. So in terms of development, it is asking for my name. Okay, I'm putting my name here. So then it is going to ask for my phone number. Okay, I'm entering the phone number here. So now what this will do is it will again go back and check, and this will assign the ticket to the right team. Right, so you can also go back and check it. So what people also can do is they can end the session here as well. And in case, okay, let's say somebody is saying just surfing. So if people are just surfing, I told, so this individual question can be asked to engage with the person. A good comedy can be sent. Right. So this is how people can engage more. Now when I'm pressing yes, it's going to take me to the webinar. So this is how the chatbots has to be designed on your website. So now let's go to the inbox and see the ticket. So as you could see, the name Santosh is already created as a contact here, and all the information you have entered is created as a ticket called 759, right? So now this ticket has been assigned to me, right? So what I can do is I can just take the ticket to myself, or I can also push this to someone else from my team. So now I can just simply go and respond to the customer immediately from here. So the to and fro communication can happen immediately. So now if I open the bot, I will have a reply from Santosh here. So it's very seamless agent to chatbot transition, right? And what I can also do is I can create a new ticket from this conversation. So this is one of the top unique features in Jikoo. So now let's say a customer is coming for breakfast query and he is coming again for a lunch query. So I can just simply create a new chat or a new ticket, what we call, and you can assign it to someone else from your team, or you can also assign it to yourself. So as you can see, two tickets are created. So I can view these things parallelly. We have the focused inbox here. So I can reply to the customer from any one of these inboxes. Right? So now, but at the end of the day, the customer is going to see these tickets from just one window. The customer will not have a difference. But when the customer is responding to ticket number 2, you are going to get the reply in ticket number 2. So for agents who are working on these tickets, it's going to be pretty easy to answer these questions. And I can also add a note here. I can also collaborate with people from my team. So I'm tagging someone from my team and asking them to please take care of this request. So internal notes can also be added. And you also now have the contact history here as well. So there are two tickets which are by Santosh. So 759 and 760. Right? So this is why a no-code chatbot is going to be super helpful for your site. So now we saw how to particularly create a website, I mean website chatbot, and how these tickets can come in and how to engage with your customers. So this is the end-to-end process, and finally you can also view all this data in the dashboard as well. So you can basically see what are the list of tickets which are created, and you can also see the overall number of tickets. So now all the data which you have stored is going to automatically go into the contacts. So now if I go into contacts and see the details, I'm going to know all the details about Santosh. So as you could see, the country USA, which we triggered in the chatbot, is saved automatically. All the notes also can be seen here. So this is the minimalistic CI. So I think that covers how do you build a quick chatbot and how do you take the chatbot live. So, and if you have any
Absolutely.
question,
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Santosh. You've been getting feedback in the comments. The people are saying this is dope. Absolutely, because it was so easy to build, so easy to make it live. So, and we've been getting a couple of questions already. But before we get into the questions, I see your questions, Chaitanya. I see your questions, Ramakrishna. Before we get into the questions, I would like to quickly share the lifetime deal of Jikoo that we are having right now. Let me share the screen, and then the Q&A session is all yours. So this is the lifetime deal of Jikoo, guys, that we are having it on PitchGround, and it starts at just $49 for life. Yes, you can build a bots like that, which you just saw in the webinar, for just 49 bucks. But well, that's for only 3 websites. But if you want more websites, if you want to build for more people, more clients, etc., you have this plan where you have unlimited websites. That means unlimited bots, unlimited sessions, unlimited CRM contacts. Everything is done. This is the ultimate plan for all you chatbot lovers out there. If you want to really take the power of Jikoo to the next level and build chatbots for yourself, for your clients, for your multiple businesses, etc., you name it. So we have all different kinds of plans here, and the link for Jikoo lifetime deal is on the top of this video. I'm gonna again paste it in the chat section as well, and I'm going to open this for questions right now and stop my screen share. Perfect. So I can see Chaitanya asking first question. Can we also send email chatbot scripts after finishing the chat, or if we update user query with a reply?
okay, that's a great question. So currently what we do is we have something called as activity detection. So most of the times what happens is when agents respond, the customers might not be online on the chat. So we detect this activity, and what we do is we immediately trigger an email if the email is captured, right? So based on the activity. So inside the product, we have like single tick, double ticks, and blue ticks like you have in WhatsApp. So people can actually see, I mean, agents can actually see whether the particular message is being read or not. So once this activity detection kicks in, an email will be sent. So this particular, once the conversation is closed, an email will also be triggered. So that is something which we have in the, which is in the roadmap actually.
Oh, all right, all right. Chaitanya, I hope that answers your question. And another question from Chaitanya. What if I wish to use it for my LinkedIn bio page and also a few landing pages? So each will be considered as one website?
Okay, so basically, Chaitanya, in Jikoo, one domain is considered as one website. So let's say you have a website called chaitanya.com and you have multiple pages, multiple subdomains under it, chaitanya.com/pricing, uh, help.chaitanya.com, right? So these are all considered as one entity only. So you can basically have unlimited websites in one particular domain, and you can have unlimited chatbots in that particular domain. So that's how it works. So when you're adding another domain, right, second domain called pitchground.com. So that will be considered as a second website. So that's how the model works.
Chaitanya, that was, I hope that was clear. And that's a very nice use case that you have brought in. I see many people nowadays keep using this link in bio tools based on their Twitter, on their Instagram, on their Facebook, every single place out there on the social media handles. And usually, these link in bio pages have all your contact details where they can go. It's just driving users away from the link in bio page to an external, article or a website or a channel, etc. But having a chatbot for your link in bio page is actually a very nice use case, and probably some people are going to off to who are watching this webinar are also going to implement this. But if you are watching it and if you are implementing it, let us know. We would love to see how you've implemented it on a link in bio page. For me, it's like a real first time to see someone actually implementing a chatbot on a link in bio page. I've seen Pixel, I've seen all the tracking links I've implemented, but not a chatbot. This is going to be really nice, Chaitanya. So I would love to see it if you implement it on your link in bio page. So we have another question. Will you have a real agency plan for agency to offer our customers? This is everyone's been asking these questions, especially all the agencies out there. You're gonna answer this, Santosh. Yeah.
So I think, yeah, that's why, like, overall, I think if we receive 100 tickets, I think close to 20-30 tickets are coming on the same question only at the moment. So the idea is we don't have any plans of real agency plans at the moment, right? So the topic being, so you guys in the LTD community know a lot of products which have not performed well, especially in the chatbot community, because of this unlimited agencies plan at the moment, right? So for Jikoo, at the end of the day, we treat our LTD community like our initial founding team and people who are initial adopters of our product. So that's why we are giving all the unlimited bots, unlimited sessions and stuff. So we want to make sure that a company is completely getting value from this, right? So if we go for an agency plan, then at the end of the day, for us, the threshold of monitoring it and managing it is very difficult at the moment, right? So that's one of the reasons why we are putting a hold to it, and we also want to make sure that we are sustainable, right? So that's one of the reasons why that particular model is not available at the moment. So in case there are any plans, I can assure you that we'll be definitely announcing it on pitch ground only, so for people who are interested.
Absolutely, guys. We are slowly building up all the plans, taking in all your feedback, rolling out different features. It's all based on your feedback, guys. And if you are giving such nice feedback, and most of you guys are asking for agency plan, this is actually the reason behind why the agency plan hasn't been out yet. So we are in talks, and uh, and we don't know if the agency plan is gonna come, but we'll give you an update if it comes. But as of now, you can get unlimited websites, unlimited sessions, unlimited chatbots, all there for the plan D that's there on our PitchGround website. Do check it out because everything's unlimited already. It's just the agency features that are missing. Now you got the reason why. So I'm looking at another question. Can we have a link which will redirect to a chatbot instead of a widget if we want? That's nice. I'm getting why you're asking this.
Yeah, the good point, Chaitanya. So currently, the code can be only added to a widget. So down the line, what can also put entire website chatbot itself, right? So let's say you want Chaitanya.com to be chatbot. So a chatbot will be there inside. You can redirect your customers. You can book appointments. Basically, it will be like a Calendly link, but where you can chat with your customers. So that is also something which is in roadmap. So basically, you can give Chaitanya a viku.com/Chaitanya, or you can do your custom and domain as well. So there, the entire chatbot can be embedded. So all your conversations can happen there.
Perfect, perfect. So Chaitanya, that's in the roadmap. That's a very nice feature. I've seen it implement other tools being implementing this as well. So yes, it's gonna come to Jikoo. It's in the roadmap. You don't have to worry. You can make the whole website as a chatbot as well. So, guys, do we have any more questions out there? Please bring it on regarding building chatbots, regarding use cases of chatbots, regarding, tell us a business that you have, and we will suggest you a use case for your business, because almost every business out there is using chatbot. You take a marketplace, yes, we are using chatbot ourselves. You're taking a e-commerce business, yes, people are using chatbots. You take any business out there, people are using chatbots, even for personal brands, even freelancers, for lead generation. There's so many use cases for chatbots. And if you have any question regarding your specific business or Jikoo or etc., you please ask us down in the chat below, because we are going to answer every single question and help you out. Because this webinar is not all in to just sell you Gk and be like, hi, bye, it's done. No, we are here to help you build a bot, and we would like you to approach us back with your bots, because we would love to review it, we would love to see it, we would love to promote it among pitch grounders and say, hey, Chaitanya out there just built a bot for his users, why don't you check it out? We would like to do that as well. Yes, we would love seeing you build a chatbot. And
So Minok, when you're saying about use cases, right? So one thing which came to my mind is currently what we are actually doing is, for every person who are buying on PitchGround, we are actually helping them implement the solution, right? So if you're someone who wants to do the bot, but you're just little worried about implementing the bot, so we can set up a 60-minute implementation call for everybody who is
wow,
purchasing on PitchGround, right? So that is something which we are already doing, and so we just want to make it public here. So if you're someone who doesn't know how to implement this, but you want a bot on your site, you can anytime just come and ping us, so we can design the bot for you and we can help you go live.
absolutely, guys. Now, what is the this thing that's stopping you? Okay, because if you're here for the very first time building a chatbot, we are here to help you out. Build your very first chatbot with Jikoo, so that you can get started really swiftly collecting all those leads out there. So, guys, grab the lifetime deal. The link is above or below this video, wherever, that depends where you guys are watching it on, and it's also in the comments as well. Let's take the last question that we have here, because Chaitanyas, which language do you currently support?
So currently we support English only at the moment. So multi-language support is coming in Q4. So that is one of the things which we have top priority in our roadmap at the moment.
And guys, you can request the features if you are giving out if users of a specific language request that, oh guys, that we want this particular language, then yes, we are happy to take that, and we are happy to keep that language into consideration. So yep, that is the lifetime deal for Jikoo. And this is the webinar, How to Build a Chatbot Under 1 hour. Hope you guys enjoyed this, because we are clocking in 58 minutes and we delivered on our promise on how we built a chatbot under 1 hour. Yes, you can also build it too and make it live for your website under just 1 hour. All you have to do is just grab a lifetime deal for Jikoo and get started building your bots. That's how simple it really is. And thank you so much for joining this webinar. I appreciate it, taking your time out, joining this webinar and learning a new skill out there. And Santosh, thank you so much for demonstrating how easy it is to build a chatbot and answering all the questions out there. But just one last question, because suddenly it popped up before we end it. Will it be possible that chatbot will crawl website data and FAQ and will answer query? Intelligent question. But
Not at the moment, but it's something very interesting. So we'll definitely think about it.
Chaitanya, not at the moment, because this is a very interesting use case, but we're gonna look into it. So yes, that's basically it. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you in our upcoming webinars, guys. See ya.
Thanks everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.
If you combine a chatbot, live chat, and a CRM in one tool. Keep watching. What's going on, guys? This is Val from PitchGround. The use of chatbots is obvious. They work 24/7, they reply to your customer immediately, they can handle multiple customers at the same time, they can be deployed everywhere, they can help you to automate many processes, and they don't require salary, social contributions, or sick leave. And there's a lot of chatbots out there, and some of them are really good, but still, there are only a few that give you something more than just help desk automation. That's why we're proud to present you Jikoo, a Swiss Army knife among chat software. Basically, Jikoo is an all-in-one chat solution. It has a live chat and no-code chatbot builder, which helps businesses talk to customers in real time. You can create no-code chatbots in seconds and automate nearly 80% of your conversations in real time. Built-in CRM acts as a customer data platform, and you can view all the customer data and chats all in one place. You can add unique tag to each conversation, so you'll be able to find and filter them in future. Now all your conversations are in one place, your customers will not wait until you get back online, there are no unreplied messages and no one is left behind. It's a user-friendly, super simple and easy-to-use software so that even a child could handle it. So check out that amazing lifetime deal on pitchground.com. That's pretty much it, guys. You can find more information in a use case video. Love you all, keep safe, and I see you guys in the next video.